A few years ago, everyone believed that prompt engineering was the future. Then people realized comps weren't enough. So RAG and context engineering became very popular. After that, AI started interacting with tools, APIs, databases, terminals, and file systems. But today, even though there is no longer enough, the latest AI systems like Claude Code, Cursor, OpenAI's Codex don't simply generate one response and just stop. They think, they execute, they verify, they fix mistakes, and repeat until the final task is completed. So, this entire paradigm is called as loop engineer. And this is one of the most important and the biggest reason why modern AI coding assistants feel so intelligent. In today's video, we will understand what loop engineering is, why it has become such an important concept in AI engineering, how it works internally, and how companies are using it to build autonomous AI systems. And before we begin, if this channel reaches 100 subscribers, I will release my complete AI engineering notes for free. And also in the next video, we will build a practical implementation of loop engineering from scratch. And don't forget to subscribe AgentStax. Let's get started. So this channel is dedicated to AI engineering where we will learn building AI application instead of just discussing the theory. From LangChain to LangGraph to RAG and enterprise AI systems, everything is explained step by step with practical projects. And now here we will be learning one of the most important concept, and let's start beginning with loop engineering. So let's first understand how AI engineering has evolved over last few years. Initially, everyone focused on prompt engineering. The belief was very simple. If we write better prompt, we will get better AI applications. And for some simple tasks like summarization or email generation, that worked. But when developers started building real products, they realized prompts alone weren't enough. The model didn't know company documents. It didn't remember the previous conversations. It couldn't access the private knowledge, and that's where exactly context engineering emerged. Instead of just giving the instruction, we started providing the model with additional context, such as retrieved documents, conversation history, user memory, and external knowledge using techniques like RAG. And this significantly improved the accuracy. But another limitation still existed. The AI could understand the information, yet it couldn't actually do anything. And it couldn't query a database, it couldn't execute a Python code, it couldn't modify the files, and it couldn't call any API. And this led to something called as tool integration. And now LLM became a reasoning engine that could invoke internal tools whenever it's required. And suppose the AI generates the code, runs it, and the program crashes. So, should it simply return the error to the user? But the modern AI systems don't. They analyze the failure, they update their reasoning based on the code, it modifies the code, it executes again and repeat the cycle until the objective is achieved. And this evolution from better prompts to better context to tool usage and finally continuous execution is what has given rise to loop engineering. So now let's ask, what is loop engineering? So, loop engineering is the process of designing AI systems that continuously plan, execute, verify, and improve until the predefined goal is achieved. So, notice something important. Traditional AI flows a single pass execution model, user to prompt to LLM to response. Loop engineering transform it into iterative execution model, such as it will take the user's goal, it will plan, it will reason, and then it will execute the tools which are required. There is something called as a verifier, which will verify whether all the implemented requirements are implemented properly or not. And then there is something called as goal checker, which evaluates whether the final goal which was asked has been delivered or not. And if goal is not achieved, it will repeat itself and then again the same process will run. So the verifier plays here the very crucial role. So its responsibility is to inspect the output generated by the AI. Did the code execute successfully? Did the API return the valid data? Did the generated answer satisfy the user's request? If not, the verifier sends back into the reasoning loop. So the planner updates the strategy, the AI tries again, it it loops continuously until either the goal is achieved, the maximum iteration limit is reached, or the human intervention is required. So this is fundamentally different from the one-shot prompting. So now why do we need a loop engineer? Why do we need loop engineering? So let's take an example where I'm building a portfolio website for myself. So if I want, I will just give a prompt like create a portfolio website where there will be my information, where there will be my education information, there will be my work experience. So it will just generate me a code, and then I have to copy it, I have to paste it, I have to execute it, and I have to check whether everything is working fine or not. There may be cases where and scenarios where there may be some errors, maybe something has broken. There may be scenarios like that for sure. But without loop engineering, I have to then again ask that I have to again prompt it mentioning that this error I'm getting or this is something which I am facing. So it will again give me a code and I will again paste it to my terminal. So this will keep on going until and unless I am satisfied with my results. But when it comes to loop engineering, it will generate a code, it will run code for me, and it will check whether there is any error or not. If there is any bug, it will run again, and if it passes, then it will mention as it's finished. But if it's not, then again it will run the same loop, and it will do this until and unless my everything what I have asked is been completed with the results which has been asked by the user, and then the process will finish. Now comes how does the loop engineering work? So here we have a system here. So basically, one first is the observe, where the model observes that what is the situation, what is the current situation, what is the goal, and then based on that, it will try to collect the information. Then we have a reasoning where it analyzes the information and it plans the steps. What steps needs to be taken to decide what tool to be used, and then there is an action tool where it will take action based on my given input, and then there is something called as an evaluator which will check whether the output which has been given by the user, the input which has been given by the user has been evaluated properly, the results are coming properly. If it's not, then again the loop will run, but if it's working fine, then for sure the result will be given to the user. And this is how the entire loop engineering works. So there are some key principles which we need to understand. One is that it's a continuous system. The system keeps on iterating until and unless the goal is met. Then it's a goal driven. Whatever goal we are giving, it tries to achieve the goal, no matter what, how much iterations it needs to have. Then it's a tool augmented. It can interact with multiple tools. It can interact with APIs to get the real world information. And also it's a self-correcting agent. It evaluates the result and improves automatically unless and until the final output is given, and then it's a stateful memory. It remembers all the steps and results and learnings across the loop so that in case if it's required any previous conversation history, it will take that as well. So this is what the key principles are. Then we have a key components involved, which is a planner, reasoner, tools, memory, evaluator, and loop controller. So this is on a very high level how does loop engineering work. Now comes the example where we will be understanding how this exactly this whole system works. So let's take an example. Let's take an example of building a weather app. So the planner first identifies the required task. It generates the project structure and it writes the Python code. It install the dependencies, whatever is required, and execute the application. The tool executor run the code and immediately it verifies and detects. So it mentions like, for example, module not found error. So the planner updates its reasoning. It decides to install the missing package and execution starts again. And now another error appears. The API key is invalid and the verifier catches it, and the planner modifies the configuration mentioning that the application needs to have the correct API key. And based on that, the application executes one more time, and then finally, the weather information is displayed correctly. So only now does the goal evaluator mark the task as the completed task. So notice that the AI never stopped after the first failure. It continuously reasoned, corrected itself, and improved until the application worked. And that's exactly what is called as loop engineering. So here there are certain steps: observe, reason, act, evaluate, iterate, and based on this all information, it goes on the loop, it finds constraints, whatever is there, and based on that, it will give the final result. So here there are two things which is very important. One is verifier and one is a goal evaluator. So verifier is very important and very crucial in this loop engineering process, because if verifier is not configured properly, there are very high chances that even though there is bugs, it cannot be able to detect, and that can cause real issues. Then goal evaluator is very important, because goal evaluator is what it marks whether the entire system is working fine or not. If it's not working well, definitely it will pass the result, even though if it has errors. Now comes the last part, which is how do the Claude Code and Cursor use the loop engineering. So this is exactly how modern AI assistants operate. When you ask Claude Code to implement a feature, it doesn't simply generate the code. It first inspects your project. It understands the repository structure. It analyzes the existing files. It creates an execution plan. It edits multiple files, and it runs terminal commands. It executes until all the unit tests are passed and reads the compiler errors, fix the implementation, runs everything again, and this repeats until the process feature works. So Cursor follows a similar execution plan. The reason these tools feel so intelligent isn't because it's there because of the language models are grammatically different, but it's because they are built around an execution loop like planning, verification, tool usage, memory, and continuous reasoning. So, in many ways, the intelligence comes as much as from the system design as it does from LLM itself. So, conclusion is very simple. We have learned something which is very trending today. A lot of people are discussing about loop engineering. So, we have learned about how the evolution has started from prompt engineering to context engineering to loop engineering. Then we have learned how tool integration is not enough. Then we have learned about the AI systems, which requires verification and iterative execution. Also, we have learned about complete real world AI execution example. And then we have learned about Claude Code and Cursor implementation. How do this are implemented loop? How does these systems implements loop engineering. So I hope this video really helped you understand why loop engineering is becoming one of the most important ideas in modern AI engineering. Understanding the concept is the only first step. In next video, we'll build complete loop engineering workflow from scratch, where you will see AI agents generate code, execute it, verify the results, fix its own mistake, and continue loop until the task is completed. So if you don't want to miss the practical implementation, make sure to subscribe AgentStax, and remember, once this channel reaches 100 subscribers, I will release my complete AI engineering notes for free. Thank you so much for watching. Keep learning, keep building, and I'll see you in next video.